What's happening, Keno?
What up? What up? We back already? God
We're back
damn.
already. You sound a little low, bro. Actually, you know
Uh-huh.
what? That might be me.
Could be you, man. My mic's all that. You know what I mean?
Yes. So, welcome back to the Advocators,
Yeah.
where we advocate or we don't advocate for whatever we're talking about. I am JoJo.
I'm Keno Trice,
We
and I'd
are the
rather not advocate
Advocators.
for anything.
Oh, drinking water tonight. Or is that gin disguised as water?
This is the best water on the earth. It tastes like clouds.
How would you know what a cloud tastes like?
If I tell you, I gotta kill you. Some
Yeah.
things just best left unsaid.
You flying around in helicopters with your head out the window?
Hey, I may. You never know, man. This is a hell of a life I've been living. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of crazy, we got some things to talk about today. I want to kick it off and discuss this thing right here. So the Mister is dead, and Mr. Potato Head. What is going on? Uh, do you advocate? So to brief you, the company's decided they will no longer be called Mr. Potato Head Company. It'll just be called Potato Head Company. And they have received, of course, praise from the LGBT community. And there's another alphabet group that I don't recall at this particular moment. But basically, they said this is, they commend the company on making this change to include or rather bolster diversity and inclusion in toys and media aimed at kids. So it's not a direct quote, but you get it. Just actually, if you go to the Advocators page, you can read the article, see exactly what they said. But essentially, it's what I just said. So, Keno, do you advocate this change?
I don't advocate it all, and I tell you why. I read something recently that they said it takes 5 to 7% of any population or any group to sway the masses. Um, what is the problem with Mister and Mrs. Potato Head? I mean, biologically, we are a Mister and we are a Mrs. Now, there's a certain group of people that feel like there's something else, or I I don't know. I'm not experiencing that, and they should be able to live how they live and not be bothered. But you can't expect the rest of the population to adhere just to you. What makes them a special group? Um, there's such a small part of the population. I think LGBT is kind of like 2% of the population, if that. Why are they so special? Why are they so important? Why are they swaying the rest of us to to follow in their footsteps? I want my son to learn about a Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. There's a lot of people like me. If if it's a problem, won't they just do a transgender LGBTQ potato head? Let them have their own. Why do we have to adhere to their lifestyles? Kind of like religion. Religion, everybody thinks their religion is the one. Realistically, there's hundreds of religions, and you're only in your religion based on where you were born. So, no, I don't advocate for this. It's ridiculous to me. But they can do what they want to do. I don't think there's a real difference between Potato Head, Miss Potato Head, Miss Potato Head, because you can interchange them and put them together. But I think this is kind of like, it's a little too far.
So I didn't want to interrupt you. The other alphabet group is GLAD, GLAAD. And this is actually the first time I've run into this group. But GLAD is an American, all this is non-related, unrelated, but GLAD is an American non-governmental media monitoring organization founded as a protest against defamatory coverage of LGBT people. Anyway, they're not the topic. Mr. Potato Head is the is the topic, and he's the topic. And I have to say, I advocate the change. And the reason I advocate the change is probably not what you think. I advocate the change because the people who run the company can do whatever they want to. Now, I think it's sad that they feel the need to make such a change. However, uh, the Potato Head Company did go on record as stating that Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head will still be a thing, but the company is changing the name to just Potato Head. I
So
still think it's
how are
their
we going to
decision to make.
distinguish how so for the little boys and little girls that want Mrs. or Mr., how are you going to be able to distinguish, or will all potato heads come with the same accoutrements that you can interchange? So Mr. Potato Head can have a dress or some earrings.
Right.
I don't know.
That's a
How are we
great
going?
question.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
I mean,
I, does Mr. Potato Head still come in his own box with his
right.
own attachments? That's a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Does he come with the mustache and the mouth, but then he's got lashes and
right.
blonde hair?
Right. I don't know. I'm not if there's a potato head with all the accoutrements for women and men, I don't think I would buy it for my son. I'm teaching him to be a man and manhood and everything that I want him to be. So I don't think I would buy it. I would buy Mr. Potato Head, but
Well, what if
I
Mr. Potato Head comes? He comes in the potato head box, but it's just Mr. Potato Head.
no, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with
Okay.
that, but I don't want him to have female accessories. That's just not what we're doing here, and I shouldn't feel bad for feeling that way. I'm sure
All
there's a
right.
lot of people like me, but like I said, hey, like I said, whoever wants to live how they live, that's their prerogative. But they can create products specifically for them. Why did they have to attack the products that's already been there? That's just my problem with it. Just like the situations coming up with transgender males going to female sports. Why don't we just create a transgender LGBT division of all these sports, and so there won't be an issue? Instead of grown men getting in the MMA ring with women and breaking their jaw, or dusting them on the track and field, it's ridiculous. So just create another lane. That's all. America is full of innovation. So why can't we be? Why we got to attack the things that's already there that a majority of the people like and love? Why can't we just create a new lane? This is something that entrepreneurs out there, there's a problem. Take care of it. We shouldn't attack everything that is normal to a lot of people. Just because it's not your normal and you don't like it doesn't mean you get to come after it because we like it.
See, I think it was the fact that Mr. Potato Head Company reminded everybody that the man came first. I mean, the
Yeah,
Mr. Potato Head came first. I
right,
mean, it was Mr. Potato Head first,
right.
and then they were like, "Hey, Mr. Potato Head needs a wife," and then came Mrs. Potato Head. But by then, the company was already named Mr. Potato Head. So it's just a reminder that Mr. came first, and some people probably didn't like that.
Right.
You know,
So I don't
but I
know.
don't like the companies blowing smoke at me about why they did it. So Hasbro announced it Thursday, and apparently they said the upcoming playset will not feature Mr. and Mrs. designations, allowing kids to create their own potato families with two moms or two dads. My thing is, just buy two Mr. Potato Heads or buy two Mrs. Potato Heads. But I guess we'll see.
Well, like I said, a lot of kids are raised with a dad and a mom, and that's what their normal is. Now, they should be definitely empathetic and open to all groups. No hate anywhere, but like I said, why destroy it for the people who that's their normal? Um, and not saying, potato head, they can come with whatever. I don't know. I don't think I've ever owned a potato head. I always thought it was a stupid toy. So
Well,
But you know,
I think that saying destroy it is a bit harsh. I think it's
yeah,
a bit harsh. They're not destroying it. They just, they
just
did
switch
what
it
they
up a little
wanted
bit.
to it.
Now I understand the situation with them taking Aunt Jemima off the bottle, taking the Redskins off the Washington team. I understand that type stuff. But Mr. and Mrs. I don't know. That's a whole conversation I don't want to have today. I don't want to get us banned off Facebook already.
Canceled. I believe
Oh
that's
yeah,
what
cancel
happens these
culture.
days. People
That
get
I
canceled now.
can't believe he said that. Well, I don't know.
You know what? It won't matter. Somebody's gonna save it in their back pocket
Oh yeah, yeah,
until when you're famous. Then they're gonna be like, "Hold it, hold it."
right.
He said,
He said he didn't like Mr. Potato Head losing his gender.
"Hey,
And it might come
Kevin
back
Hart had to quit doing the what was it? The
the
I can't.
Oscars.
Yeah, he had to stop, quit the Oscars for something he said over a decade before.
Let's see, one out of millions of people get to do the Oscars every year. I'm not concerned about the Oscars. I'll probably never make it there, but and if I do, they're gonna come back and play this video. So F the Oscars.
Or one of the many other videos of you out there.
Oh yeah, yeah, because I got a lot of shit to talk, a lot of stuff to make. I guess if I just stay away from LGBT topics, I'd be all right.
Hmm.
I could talk about black people all day. I can
You know,
say the N word and everything.
as long
Nothing
as
ever
we've
happens to me.
as long as we've been surrounded in the comedy industry, all
Yeah,
the comics we know, you know, no, you just got to be good.
yeah,
Look at
yeah,
Dave Chappelle,
yeah.
genius, a
You got to be
master.
now. Now I do agree. I do agree that from a comic standpoint, or anybody shouldn't attack a group just to be attacking them. And if you do, what the rule of comedy is, you talk about yourself and your group equally as you talk about another group. Now, if it's in that realm, I'm definitely with it. I'll talk about anybody. Ain't nobody safe from these jokes. It just is what it is. So you can get mad if you want to, but I done heard every joke. I done took every joke. Ain't nothing you can say to me that pissed me off. Whatever. Let's get it in.
Okay, so since you said that,
Hmm.
I I, I looked at the story, not this story, but another story, and I opted not to discuss it. But since you just said what you said,
Hmm.
let me ask you this: did you hear about the Sadie Hawkins invite that's all over the internet
Nah,
for the girl from Utah?
not familiar with
Okay,
that. Go ahead, give
so I'm
us.
going to see if I can grab it while I'm explaining it. But a young lady, well, I use the term lady loosely, but she is asking some boy to Sadie Hawkins, and she's holding up a sign that says, "If you go to Sadie Hawkins with me, you'll take my breath away." And there's a picture of George Floyd underneath it
Mhm.
with his name up the side.
Okay. So so
Now,
is it by is this young lady a white woman?
yes.
Okay. Um, inappropriate, but like I said, if she could dish it out, I hope she could take it. Now there is consequences for actions, and everybody ain't built for it. So I'm sure she's getting murdered on the internet.
Oh, she is.
Pun intended. Um, yeah, like I said, don't do it if you can't handle it. So if you think you built for built for this social media life, do what you want. Um,
That that's the thing. People don't think about the consequences, especially these young people. They
yeah,
don't think about the consequences of their actions when they do something ridiculously stupid, like put up a hate video
yeah. Oh, I bet
or
when she was making that sign, she thought this was brilliant. Oh, this is funny. This gonna kill him. And
yep.
look at her now, running for her life. Yeah, if you ain't built for it, don't do it. Don't do it. But if you built for it, I'm a little built for it. I don't know. Um I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm kind of halfway self-made there, so The more self-made I become, the less I give a fuck. But um, yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. I can't find it, but it's out there. And she is hiding right now. She is in hiding.
You want
So
me to?
moving on.
Yeah.
Mr.
You want,
Potato Head, you do not advocate the change in the company
no,
name.
I don't
I'm all
advocate it.
for it.
Leave Mr. Potato Head alone and come up with LGBTQ potato head, potato skins, French fries, whatever you want to call
Ambiguous
it.
potato
Ambiguous
head.
potatoes. Yeah. Do potato spuds have a gender? I don't know. Is there a male and female potato spud? Need to look that up.
I believe they are all male
Okay.
until the spud forms.
Okay.
I don't know. I
So
just made that
potatoes
up.
asexual. There might be an argument there.
Well, hey, the original Mr. Potato Head, you had to have your own potato.
Oh yeah, I do know that. That was
All
a
you
fact.
got were the eyes, the ears, the
Right.
smile, the hair, and the feet. You
So
had to provide your own potato.
you put all the stuff in the potato and you let it sit on the counter for a few days. You might have a female one day, or you might have a male. I don't know. Depends on if the spuds show
Can you
up.
imagine if you took the time to put your love and energy into building your own Mr. Potato Head, and a few days later you're eating fries and like these fries are delicious. Where did these fries come from? And your parents just look at each other.
And it came from the transgender potato. No, anyway, all right, leave that alone. um,
Which, hey, so I was having a conversation with a
mhm,
friend the other day. If
yeah,
anybody knows the answer to this, I would love to hear it.
okay,
Um, the process of going from one sex to another, we call it the going through the change. I think
yeah, something
no,
like
that's
that.
for
I
women.
forgot what the technical term is. Just
So,
sex change surgery or something.
well,
Some
yeah, that's what we always say. They had
yeah,
a sex change,
yeah.
or they're going through the something.
And that
But
will be
I'm
politically incorrect in the next year or two. They change it every year. I can't keep up with it. But go ahead.
so I was asking. I was thinking like maybe genderfication or transgenderification.
Transgenderification. I don't know. Who knows what it'll be? Somebody make up something that is now the proper term, and I'm gonna be somewhere, and they're gonna be mad at me because I said sex change.
Well, I'm going to put a copyright stamp on transgenderification. That way, if I see it on a shirt, somebody owes me some money.
Oh, you silly. Have y'all seen um the sex change surgery in any capacity? I've seen video out there. It is brutal. Like it's grotesque. I mean, I seen them chopping a man's member up and flipping it,
How you even
and
watch that?
I couldn't. I had to turn it off after a while. But it is definitely it is definitely something you really want to think about. Something you really want to think about because they're pretty much treating you like that frog back in chemistry. I mean, chopping you up.
One, it's not a light process, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Two, it's not a cheap process.
nah.
And aside from the Black Cowboy, Lil Nas X, I don't think anybody's doing it just on a whim.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Uh,
that's what I'm saying. You have to be absolutely 100% sure. I think you should have counseling and therapy before you make such a decision because once you go there, there ain't no turning back. They cut it all off and flip it, tuck it, and stitch it up.
I mean,
It's
if you
crazy.
got enough money, you can have it frozen.
I mean, they don't do it like that. They reconstruct the penis, so it got to go. It ain't in one
We're
because they
done
use
here.
some of the skin. Yeah,
We're good.
it's brutal, man. It's
Enough
brutal.
details have been shared. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Said freeze it. You can freeze it.
Hey, I don't watch
They'll just give you. They'll
whatever
just give you.
channel.
They'll just give you
Who's
a one that's already been kind of alive for a while. Like somebody died, they like donate organs. Like I'm sure in the future they're gonna have donated penises. So you're gonna have Franken penis. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, shout out to Lorena Bobbitt. Anyway, some people probably too young to
There's
remember that
there's
name.
no one. That is absolutely no one who deserves a shout out.
Lorena Bobbitt, she is the OG. When a chick threatens to do that, she went through it for real, like for real, real. So Lorena Bobbitt is the woman. I think it was this back in the late '80s or early '90s.
I believe it was the 90s.
Yeah, Lorena Bobbitt got mad at her dude, whack, chopped it off, and dude
They
ended
can
up
Google
yeah, dude
it.
ended up getting into the porn industry because I think they sold it back on, and they called him something like Frankenpenis or something was the anyway. I ain't never seen it, but Google that. Yeah, Google Frankenpenis. Somebody send me a link, see what that
Don't
looks
Google.
like.
No, don't Google. Do not Google Franken penis. You will never get your computer back.
Shout out to Lorena Bobbitt. That's not somebody you want to meet. If you on Plenty of Fish and you see Lorena Bobbitt, you just keep on. I don't know if you swipe left, right. What I don't know how they do it, but
All right,
yeah.
so
Any Bobbitts, swipe on, keep swiping past. Swipe. I think it's to the left. You don't want to
soccer
meet.
star Zlatan socks it to the king, King LeBron. So this soccer player, basically, in short, tells LeBron James, or maybe he didn't tell LeBron James. He just kind of tweeted it.
Mhm.
LeBron needs to shut up and play basketball and stop being political.
Was that directed any one thing LeBron? Because LeBron is not the political advocate for change that people make him out to be. Yeah, he donates money to a lot of things. He does some great things for the community, but he ain't really out there saying nothing that's really gonna get him barred. He ain't doing what Nick Cannon doing and teaming up with some of the black thought leaders and really telling the truth about things. So I don't know what this dude is really talking about. LeBron's a great dude, great family man. He's a great philanthropist. He's helped a lot of people, but he really don't be saying shit.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't follow LeBron. You know
Yeah.
me. I am not the sports guy. But I thought this was interesting because you have this soccer player who apparently he's a great soccer player. Um, he definitely believes he is great. He when he used to play for LA's soccer team.
Was it the LA
I don't
Galaxy
remember
or
the
something
name.
like that?
Yes, the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And when he left, he put an ad in the paper or he put an ad in the paper that basically said, "You're welcome, LA."
Mm. Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
and who the fuck is he? He's not what. And I think his assumption is that LeBron is advocating for black people and what black people are going through um, in America. And who are you? You're a white dude. You don't understand. You have you're a white male. You're a white male athlete. You are the apex human being on earth. The situation for you is impeccable and set up nicely. So shut the fuck up, whoever you are. I don't even know who this dude is, but you out of pocket. And yeah, who cares? Who cares what you think?
Well, what I found interesting is a hypocrisy in what he's saying. Basically, he said LeBron is phenomenal at what he's doing, but I don't like when people have some kind of status, they go and do politics at the same time. Do what you're good at, do the category you do. I play football because I'm the best at playing football. I don't do politics, and he goes on and on and on.
Because maybe you're not good at politics. Maybe you're a dumb jock and all you know is football, and your mental capacity can never go past that. Just because I can play football doesn't mean I can't do other things well. That's the misconception. Black men, especially, are most some of the most talented people on the earth. So yes, if LeBron wants to be political, he can be political. If LeBron wants to be a computer programmer, he could be a computer programmer. Just because he's excelled at one thing does not mean that he can't excel at something else, or have a voice that makes a difference. So check your arrogance. I mean, this dude is clearly arrogant and don't have shit else going on, because I don't know who he is, and I don't give a damn about what he's talking about. This just makes a
I'm
good headline.
I'm with you on that. I'd actually like to go check his tweets
Yeah.
and see if he ever said anything about Trump prior to Trump being president
Of course not. And
or
I'm not checking his
anybody
tweets
else.
because he's not that important. I mean, really, I didn't hear about him till today. I mean, I kind of saw this story flash in the feed, but I went past it like, okay, some white dude comes out and say LeBron need to stick to playing ball. We've heard that one before.
Indeed.
Over and over and over again. They tell us to play ball. Don't worry about getting shot in the street. Don't worry about your kids being murdered by cops for nothing. Just play ball. Broken
So
record.
go ahead.
No, no, I was just saying broken record.
Right on. So you've got a story.
Yeah, yeah, I got a story. This was an interesting one because this was of no real surprise to me. Um, a lot of times this is a situation when you have you have grown men, particularly dealing with children, and they go unchecked. So he was linked to there was a doctor that went to prison a few years ago, um, that was he molested girls.
Nasser,
Yeah,
or something like that.
Ma- Masser or something like that. Yeah, he
Nasser, I believe it is.
okay. Yeah, that dude molested children for years. Like all the gymnasts was going to see this dude, and he was touching them. So to think that he was an anomaly is actually what's the word I'm looking for? Not smart. Like after that doctor was caught and accused, I'm really surprised that it took them so long to get to this dude, because I'm sure they were all doing it in unison, kind of like your boy Epstein, who supposedly hung himself, and all the people he was going to implicate. This guy, what pisses me off about his story coming out, everywhere I looked in the news organizations online, for one, you couldn't really get them to mention his name in the headline, for one, and then two, why does he have happy pictures of him coaching and being happy? Because this man was arrested. Where's his mugshot? Where's his mugshot? Like we saw R. Kelly's mugshot, like we saw Bill Cosby mugshot. Um, doesn't surprise me that he's a pedophile and sexually abusing these women. But what does disturb me is that the equal treatment, um, the unequal treatment that we get in the media. It kind of pisses me off every time I see it. Good for this dude. He shot himself. Good, good. One less child predator is gone. And another thing I paid attention to is every picture I found of him coaching, they showed him hugged up with one of the black gymnasts. Like, um, I forgot the latest chick. I always want to say Dominique Dawes,
Ah,
but
Dominique.
yeah, but
I miss her.
the latest young lady, the one they made a big deal about her hair when she was in the Olympics. I can't think of her name, but I saw several pictures of him hugged up with her, and rightfully so. She's a big deal, and it just shows how close he was to the stars of gymnastic. But yeah, good. He's dead. He's gone. But this is one of the things that we got to face in American media. We don't get this equal treatment, and this is why this came to my attention. So I don't advocate for anything this dude stands for, and I don't advocate for the media coverage of this dude.
So I'm gonna say, with regard to that picture, what's crazy to me is how when you discover that somebody's a pedophile, it doesn't matter what picture you look at, you're like, we
Yeah,
should have
he's a
seen that.
pedophile. Yeah, he's a
We should
pedophile.
have seen that. He
Right.
looks like a pedophile.
Yeah, he
Now,
does. Yeah.
If I say it about somebody who hasn't been caught yet, then I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But after they've been caught, it's okay. Yeah, he looks like a pedophile.
Right.
By the way, it was Simone Biles you were talking
Simone
about.
Biles. Yeah. Uh,
And we had a conversation last week about best athletes. She is bad.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize this until about a week ago. She has two gymnastics moves that are named after her.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so complicated
Nobody
that,
can do them.
yeah, nobody can do them.
Yep.
So she can't even use them in competition.
Yep. Yep. They barred her from using it. Yeah. Just to make, because I mean these particular moves she do them. I mean, hands down. I mean, difficulty. They're rating you on everything. So difficulty, she's gonna get tens every time. I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. But you know what? Raise the bar. Raise the bar. It's 10 years after brothers entered the NBA and started dunking
Mm-hmm.
all over their less athletic counterparts. They banned dunking
Yeah, they always
for
do. Yep.
10 years.
Yep. Until the rest of gymnastics can catch up with her athletic abilities, they probably gonna keep it barred. I mean, you could
With,
look at the X Games. Some of them tricks that them white dudes do on them skateboards and them motorcycles, fucking phenomenal. But it's not no black people in the competition, so they're not gonna ban any of the moves. They just say, "Hey, get your weight up." But we know when black people excel, they move the goalposts, they change the rules. So absolutely, they barred her from doing those moves.
so see, I've got a skateboarder cousin. Uh, I wonder what he'd have to say about what you just said.
Oh
Because
yeah,
yeah, because there are some in each one of those sports. There's a brother somewhere who's putting in good work.
yeah. But I haven't seen anybody set themselves apart where they're just doing stuff that nobody else can do yet. And when that happens, there will be some kind of uh, Jordan rule or whatever you call it. And the Jordan rule was to beat his ass. He's better than everybody else, so we're gonna beat his ass. But here's a situation where there was a rule put in place to help somebody, the Tom Brady tuck rule. I don't know if you remember that about football, but um, Tom Brady got special privileges on the football field over other black quarterbacks. You couldn't touch Tom Brady for a good part of his career. Probably still can't, because he's the poster child. And the tuck rule came. I think it was a snow game. I can't remember who they were playing, but Brady fumbled the ball. But they was like, "Oh, no, he didn't really fumble the ball. He's Tom Brady. He'll never fumble." And they brought this tuck rule, which gave him an advantage. So they will give their favorite people advantages in sports also.
Are you saying that if Michael Vick hadn't gone to prison for killing dogs, they might have banned quarterbacks from running?
Very possibly. I mean, you don't know. You don't know.
You-
Somebody comes in and change the Mike Vick, man. That's a whole different program. But yeah,
yes, sir.
Mike Vick was the face of the NFL for a few years. People can argue that you can love dogs and hate Mike Vick all you want, but that brother was phenomenal.
I
And
didn't watch football
yeah,
until Mike Vick started playing.
right. It was just
That-
he was something to watch.
yes, he made me. He made me a Falcons fan.
Ooh, he ain't made me no Falcons fan. I tell you
Yeah,
that.
well, you Atlanta Falcons hater, Braves hater,
Yeah, I've been hating the
probably
Falcons since I got here.
probably a United hater.
I want to go to a United game. I heard they're fun, but
Oh, they are fun.
yeah.
Make sure
So
your legs are in shape.
yeah, somebody give me some tickets so I can go to a United game. And I want to go to a NASCAR race too, but I'm gonna wait till that change a little more. A little more. I need Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace, I need you to win some races. I need you to be so good that they change the rules.
No, see, the thing is, you've got to get tickets for the center area. So what you see in the crowd and the stands, that's not where you want to be. Buddy of mine told me this, who has been in NASCAR. He's like, you want to be in the middle. That's where it goes down. All year, we can't afford to be in the middle, people. Those are the ones in the stands. But the fun happens in the middle where the cars are driving around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anybody want to give me tickets? I need to go to the middle. Don't have me in the stands with them yeehawing yahoos with the Confederate flags on the back of their truck, ready to do another Ahmaud Arbery at the race. I don't want to be
don't
around
knock them.
I want to go in the middle.
Don't knock them. They will share their Jaeger in a minute.
Right. I don't drink Coors Light, Miller Lite, whatever they drink. I drink bougie beers. I need my beer to have an expiration date on it.
I remember when we were at a coworker's place for a Halloween party.
I remember that night vividly.
Yeah.
Like it was yesterday.
This man walked by with a cup of some green stuff.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, this is Jaeger.
Yeah.
What is Jaeger? You ain't never had Jaeger? Nah, I never had Jaeger. Yeah. Go on, have you some.
Black people are not built for Jaeger. If anybody offers you Jaeger and you have melanin in your skin, deny it immediately.
True story. Or
deny it immediately.
Yeah. Or confess your sins and prepare for death.
Yeah. I wish I could tell the rest of the story, but I can't.
Make sure you are right with God. And I appreciate that.
It was hilarious. Can't make this shit up. But anyway.
No, you can't. Times. Yeah. Notice I didn't say good.
Yeah. Times. Anyway, you got any more stories?
No.
Before, I get us canceled.
No, it's a short night tonight. It's a short episode.
So, man, the pandemic. I've known people who've gotten the COVID shots, and I don't know if anybody's in the room. Has it? Yeah. Anybody got their COVID shots? I've heard people, getting a little soreness from the first one, and on the second one, it taking them out for the whole day. Like, especially older people.
I was talking to someone today, and she's been down for a day and a half.
Yeah.
After her second shot.
Yeah.
After the second shot, she had a really bad headache and some other things.
Yeah. So I know somebody today that I was supposed to do some business with that couldn't, because they had their shot yesterday. They were down and out. So yeah, the first shot, some soreness. The second shot is wiping your ass out. I'm gonna wait a little longer. I've been around some people, because I move around doing different things. And I've been around some people who took the shot and they're no longer wearing masks. I don't know if that's appropriate or, that's recommended, or they have this sense of hope, like I got the shot, so I'm good. But I have seen people taking the mask off after getting the shots. So from what I do understand about the shots, I think, you have a huge percent of the population who already had it, built up antibodies. I think they try to say that antibodies only last in your body up to 90 days. So along with that, the people who already had it and recover, and along with people get immunized, it turns into that herd, that herd immunization kind of thing. So, the virus, no longer can keep jumping. So, man, I hope we get back to normal society. Some people say it takes 7 years to really weed out a pandemic, go through, the downs of a pandemic. We already 2 years in, so looks like we won't be out this bitch till 2027 or something like that.
Well, when you made that statement about people getting their shots and then walking around with no mask on,
yeah,
I liken that to, like, if you get that anti-HIV shot and then you just stop wearing a condom. Like, that doesn't sound smart to me.
Yeah.
Not immediately.
I don't know the science on that. I don't know. But hey, some people like, hey, shoot, I'm cool now. And it, from what I understand, it doesn't stop you from getting the virus or being a carrier and passing it on. It just stops the extreme symptoms that come from it, because the vaccination is supposed to trick your body into thinking it's fighting it already. So, that's why you get sick and stuff like that. So yeah, it doesn't mean that that thing ain't jumping around. It just means that you may not get as sick as you normally would have if you got the shot. So um be careful out there, man. Keep your mask on, at
Definitely.
least for a little while. At least for a little
Hey, pickup line for 2021. You make a brother want to get vaccinated.
while. Girl, I hit that with no mask off. Molly Percocet.
Yeah, we can almost kiss and everything.
Right? Say almost kiss. like like getting what's your status? Like, it used to be HIV and all that. Now it's what's your COVID status?
Well, that's what I'm wondering, if you're going to have to start carrying a card that says you've been vaccinated.
I do believe so, to a certain point. Or, we're beyond carrying cards. Technology is such that you have to be in a system somewhere. So
Yeah,
uh,
but you anything on the phone.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, there's got to be something official. Just like you still carry a driver's license around, even though you don't need it because the police have it in their computer systems.
yeah.
But you still have to carry a driver's license. So I'm thinking, if you're going to walk around with a mask, maybe you've got to have a card. Maybe you got to show your card, like carrying a gun. Yep.
Yeah,
But
because
then,
having the virus can be deadly. It can be a
but
weapon.
then, if you have a license to carry, at least in Georgia, no one can ask you to see their card. So if you've got a gun on your hip, unless you do something illegal, it doesn't make a difference. Nobody can really question you about it. So is the same thing apply with a mask? I don't know. I'm just asking the questions, that deserve answers.
And I wonder what the legal ramifications going to be. Are you going to start being able to sue if you could prove somebody is giving you COVID and you suffer, some long term damage or even death? Um,
Not if you go to the punchline.
ah,
They have a sign on the door that says, if you catch COVID here, your fault. And they're not
yeah,
the only ones either.
but somebody's tried. Somebody is trying. I'm sure there's some litigation or something being submitted to a court to try to sue somebody. He gave me COVID and he said he was negative.
It's just a matter of time. But here's something interesting that I haven't had a chance to fact check. Talking to a friend of mine who was telling me that if you have COVID, or if you've been officially diagnosed with COVID, companies as of right now won't sign you up for life insurance.
Mm.
Now, I don't know how true it
Now,
is, but the source is reputable.
now I did hear something about if you have COVID and you have to be out sick, companies are not obligated to hold your job in some regards, and I think especially true in here in Georgia, being a right to work state. Now, do companies want to do that? Probably not, because it could be a reputation damager. But do legally can they? I think so. So
So I have to say, I think it depends on the job,
yeah, but
because long term medical.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just there's so many unknowns there. Like, you know, um, yeah, it'd be fucked up if you fire me because I got sick, COVID. I don't know where I got it from. I could have got it from this job, but at the same time, you have to be concerned about the safety of your other employees.
Especially
Um,
if you work at Amazon,
yeah, it's a
according to
slippery
New
slope.
York City.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a slippery slope right now, and it's just not enough time to figure out what the right thing is to do in that situation. And so that's another thing. Legalities, losing your job, man. This pandemic stuff is crazy. It's crazy to be living through it.
Yeah. I read an article about, I think it was a Papa John's worker and he got fired because he didn't want to work there because the water wasn't running. This is somewhere on the internet. We almost talked about it, but we didn't.
Water wasn't running.
Right. He couldn't wash his hands. He's like, I'm not working here. Not right now.
It's valid. It's valid because I don't want you touching my pizza with your COVID hands.
Oh, well, don't order a pizza. You know what? I can't say that.
Well, you know,
Actually, they'll probably never see this anyway. Don't order a pizza off Cleveland Avenue, Southwest Atlanta.
Don't buy a broom handle off Cleveland Avenue. I wouldn't buy. I wouldn't even trust a broom handle off Cleveland Avenue.
Whatever. There's this place, a liquidation outlet store around the corner. Best deals.
Because it's stolen. That stuff is hot.
I was just gonna say their suppliers are crackheads.
Rollo be bringing them their products. Another reference showing my age. If y'all don't know who Rollo is, he's a character on. But anyway,
everybody is taking the time to watch this knows who Rollo is.
Rollo, there's some young people don't know who Rollo is.
Yeah, and the young people watching us.
Maybe.
Not right now. It might be. Google Rollo.
Right. Anyway, man, we approaching 11 o'clock, man. I need to get up out of here. I got things to do. You know what I'm saying? I got to hit them streets. Man, great conversation. I'm gonna go check out that Mr. Potato Head thing. I ain't gonna buy my kid one, but you know.
Hey, Mr. Potato Head is still alive. It's just the Potato Head Company.
So if I put a post up and say, "Oh, Mr. Potato Head was my favorite potato head," would I get backlash? Would I get canceled for using?
Probably not. That seems a bit much.
Okay.
Not right now. In 15 years, probably.
You called him Mr.
Hey, in 15 years, you might have to ask everybody their pronouns before you speak to them.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir, ma'am.
That's when I stopped talking.
Yeah. What are you? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I mean, you got a beard, but you got long blonde hair, and you got on heels, but you got on Dickies pants. I just tell me what you are.
Yeah, you're a conformist.
You know what?
So, hey.
Real quick, I get reprimanded all the time for using sayings that I don't know is politically incorrect now. Like, I said something, my kid is in daycare. I said something about sitting Indian style. My wife was like, "No, you can't say Indian style." I'm like, what? Yeah, Indian style is racially insensitive, and you got to say crisscross applesauce now.
What?
Yeah.
Since when?
Since my wife told me. I don't know when this happened, but you cannot politically correctly.
Okay, so I'm going to flex some of my Indian roots here. Well, first, what kind of Indian are we talking? Are we talking?
Not a feather. I don't know. You just can't say it.
I was going to say, you know what? I don't know which kind of Indian we're talking, so I'm going to flex my Indian roots. I say Indian style when I meditate. So you can crisscross applesauce all you want.
Hey man, I'm
sitting Indian style.
Don't shoot the messenger, man. I'm just, you know, and the term Indian giver, you can't say that no more.
Well, that is insulting. Yeah. And moreover, it's very inaccurate.
Well,
Indian giver.
Yeah, well, I read up on Indian giver, and it just simply means that expecting something in exchange. That's it. So if I give you a bottle of water, you need to give me a bottle of soda.
And they changed that. They changed that because that is not what it means to be an Indian giver.
No, that
how
was
do I know this?
The original.
The original was what?
Now it means to give something and take it back.
That's the original.
Yeah. No, that's not the original. That's not what it originally meant. It became that.
I'm going to have to
look it up.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is why I don't believe that. Because as long as I've been growing up, or Indian giver meant you gave it and now you're trying to take it back. That's what it's always meant as long as I've ever known it. And the reason I said it's offensive and inaccurate is because it comes from, and anybody can correct me. Anybody that watches this video, post it on here and correct me. I'm going to Google what you said, Keno, but
I brought it up right now. The concept of an Indian gift or an Indian giver traces its roots back to at least the 1700s. To an Indian, the giving of gifts was an extension of this system of trade, and a gift was expected to be reciprocated with something of equal value. That is what it started out being. But then it came, I'm taking my shit back.
man, I guarantee you the person that wrote that definition was not an Indian.
No, I mean I've read that across different. You can Wikipedia. It says same thing.
No,
It was if not
the main
derogatory at
source
first.
of information on the internet comes from the same people who created the internet. I'm not buying that one.
Yeah,
I'm not buying it. I'm buying it means you give something and then you try to take it back.
Right.
And this is why.
That's the later version. That's the later version. Originally, you know, there was a lot of trade going on with Indians. Either they was getting killed or traded with. So
no, look, trade is trade. So trade is trade. Look, Indian giver. Let me just say this. Let me just say this.
Why would it be derogatory?
I'm about to tell you.
Yeah.
The reason it's derogatory is because the people who came here and said, hey, here's some beads. Thank you for Manhattan. When the Indians were like, whoa. You don't get all of this because you gave us a bag of beads. And the people who came here on their ships were like, oh, these Indians are trying to take back what they gave us. Indian givers. I'm telling you.
I think you went a little extreme on it, but in his basic
I'm dead. Look, I'm telling you.
Okay.
We're gonna get to the.
Okay. I mean, but that doesn't deviate from the meaning. Okay. Yeah, if Indians felt like they got duped, that's a valid argument. But
they didn't get duped. How you gonna get? Who's gonna trade Manhattan for a bag of beads?
Equal value is what it originally meant. So yeah, if the white people wanted more and they wanted to make it derogatory, oh, you just an Indian giver. I gave you this bottled water for your car. Like, come on now.
Let me tell you something. You are drinking the Kool-Aid right now, sir. I'm gonna give you.
I'm just looking at definitions, man.
Okay. You're looking.
If something derogatory came off some unequal stuff, then that's a different story. But that's what the original definition was meant. And that's I knew the derogatory meaning, and I used it at my wife because she took something back she gave me, and that's the meaning I knew it to mean. But that ain't where it started off.
Okay, so
I always knew it to be derogatory. I always knew it to be derogatory, but that wasn't what it original meaning was.
No. I'm going to a different word now because this one always gets me. So I'm reading from Merriam-Webster online. Definition for nigger, which is a word I don't like to use in mixed company, but I'm trying to prove a point. The definition of the word nigger. Here they say used as an insulting and contemptuous term for a black person. All right, stay with me. Used as an insulting and contemptuous term for a member of any dark-skinned race. Now often offensive, a member of a class or a group of people who are systematically subjected to discrimination and unfair treatment. So here's what's wrong with that. So that's the definition today, right? Okay. That's the definition today. Now, this is a Merriam-Webster dictionary from like 1968. Let's see what they have to say about the word nigger and what it means. Because the definition I just read was very, we're not really saying it's black people.
Yeah. No.
But it's a word that's used to describe black people offensively. But here we go. Definition: nigger, a member of any dark-skinned race, usually taken offensive. Very definitive. No, well, it's used as a word to describe, like, no, that's what it is.
Okay, that's what, when I read Indian giver, that's the same. That's exactly what it is.
My point is they changed the definition.
When did they change it? How did
it used to say an ignorant person.
No,
at some point
you brought it up to combat Indian giver.
Right. My point is you were reading a definition that is there today, but I don't believe that was the definition.
Well, look in your Webster and find out what Indian giver said was yesterday.
I don't think. Well, you know what? Let me go ahead and look it up.
You're trying to make a point that you can't prove or substantiate, and I was just looking at the origin. They just said the origin of it. You know, they're taking slavery out of the books, but I mean, we were alive long enough to know what it is.
You don't believe half the stuff you read in the Bible, and you're gonna tell me you believe something you read on the internet?
It is an origin. I looked at several sources saying the same thing, and I ain't get it from World Star Hip Hop or nothing like
that. Indian giver, one who gives something to another and then takes it back, or and expects an equivalent in return.
Right, equivalent. Okay, so they listed both ways, and maybe
they did. Maybe I will concede that you were not wrong. But neither was I.
You were wrong. I mean, no, it wasn't no right or wrong in it. It was just, I just read what the origin was. That was the original meaning from everything I saw, but you kind of read the same thing. And we both know that it meant to give something and take something back. So I don't think it started out that way. But anyway, let me get out of here, man. I got people calling me, man. I got moves to make. I got to make. All
right, brethren. Well, hey, enjoy your Friday. Let's do this again next Friday.
Next Friday,
10 o'clock.
Same bat time, same bat channel, all that.
Same bat time, same bat channel. We're gonna do this again next Friday, and hopefully, if you're watching now, you'll watch us a week from now. If you're watching us later, you'll watch us later.
And hopefully next week I'll be drunk and I'll talk more shit.
Because that's what the world needs.
And get canceled. Yeah, that's what I like. I ain't buy this camera and this computer for nothing. I wanna leave a mark that cannot be erased. As
sir, you are a mark that cannot be
mark
erased.
That can't be erased. From the words of the mighty Pastor Creflo Dollar. Get that money.
All right.
Anyway,
how are we gonna go out? How about we need some more videos, we need some more commercials, we need something else to advertise and out with. But in the meantime,
let's play skits, man. I got a bunch of stuff in the tank. Next week we're gonna start playing some of the content I've made over the years, man. For those who don't know, I used to be a content creator till my kid was born. He stopped all that shit. But
that's what kids do. Yeah, they stop hopes and dreams.
Kill your dreams. But yeah, I'm a content creator. I'm gonna get back to it soon enough. We'll do that for those who don't know. All right, well, peace.
Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us on The Advocators.